There we go. Hello, everyone. It's Canadian Titan here. How are you doing today? So, Humble Bundle. If you haven't heard of it before, let's just turn the camera a little bit. There we go. If you haven't heard about it before, it is a website that lets you buy basically like all kinds of like collections of things for kind of an inexpensive price. So, right now, for the next 20 days or less, depending on when you're seeing this, they have a bundle called Make Your Card Game. Well, I've been working on a card game for a while, so I thought that might be kind of interesting. So I decided to check it out, and sure enough, it actually is pretty interesting. There's this person by the name of Rexard who has basically put together all of these different assets and sells them independently, but today, or for this little while, is selling them as a collection. They say it's about $609 worth of awesome stuff. In getting art done for my own card game, I can tell you right now that it's worth way, way more than that. I get that there's a little bit of value depreciation due to the fact that multiple people could use the same assets, but that is one of the cool things about this is actually you can use this. Look at this. Assets in this bundle have an extended license that allows you to develop your own digital or physical card games. You can make your own stuff and sell it using this art. So cool. So let's kind of go through a little bit of this, and then I'm going to jump into Card Creator and actually try to put together a deck builder card game using some of these assets. So we have pet cards. They didn't really interest me all that much. I can see why some people might like them. The wooden card template. They come in like both transparent PNGs and PSD files so that you can edit them. Quest journal, which has like a bunch of different icons that you could use. Because these are all done by the same graphic designer, there's a lot of similarities in design and design style, so you can actually use some of these together to kind of build out a bigger set of things. So I think that's really, really cool. You can see we have strategy game icons, RPG professional badges, loot cards, icons for avatars, race badges, clan shields, another card template, magic badges, class badges, fantasy banners, item cards, steampunk anime things, monster avatar, fantasy badges. Like it goes on and on. There's more card templates right here. More avatars, more creature cards. The things that really made me want to buy this, and the reason that I ended up buying this, is because of this right here, fantasy card pack. So let's actually go to this. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Yes. Okay. And you can see here it actually includes all of this artwork, right? So you have like monsters and characters and items all in this one set. And I was like, man, like I could actually put together a pretty cool little game like right away using this fantasy card pack. What was the other ones? Here, this one too. I think it's available at one of these places. Yeah, this TCG card pack, which again has all of this artwork with items and things like that. And because, like I said, it's done by the same artist, there are some style similarities there, which you can kind of see in terms of the design. So these packs could be used together, these two image packs, which that kind of got me excited, right? And you take that and like a card design and then some work to kind of flesh out the rules, and you got a card game that you can give to people to print and play. I can maybe add in like clan shields, which is kind of interesting, and add a dynamic there, or some kind of like different badge or banner. Ooh, right? Like you start to think about how these things can come together to create a fun and interesting game. And I really love deck builder games. I don't believe that there are enough of them out there. Second Class Supers, the card game, will be a deck builder game of a sort. And so I was like, man, I should try, right? Like my artist is still working away on some more art, and I mean this is some pretty high quality art. So for I jumped in there for like $26.48 Canadian or $20 US, and got all the stuff. So you could make your own card game. So you could do like a Hearthstone kind of thing, like a digital computer game, card game, or you can do like a printed card game, or you can do whatever you want. And because they include the PSDs, there's some editing that you can do to kind of really make it your own. So that's super exciting. For me, anyways. I hope it's exciting for you. We're going to go ahead and jump into Card Creator here. I'm going to go through my library and launch. Come on, Card Creator. Let's go. Now, I will say I'm a little disappointed in the developers of Card Creator. They have not been putting in the time that I'd like to see in this software. We're at version 2.6.6 right now. You can kind of see it in the bottom corner there. And we're going to create a new card game. So we need to create a new blueprint. Actually, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. I mean, we kind of know what we want to do in terms of card style and card art, but we have no idea what we're doing in terms of the deck that we're going to build. You can see here that I have already downloaded a whole bunch of the zip files, and I have like the card designs in the different styles. So we can go to wood, card title, frame wood, and you can see, I mean, if it was set up correctly, there we go. You can see that you have this like card design that has this cutout that's transparent, and you can put the text on here and the numbers, and basically you're done. You have a nice card, right? They also give the back of the card, which again you can go ahead and use as is or edit and make changes to. Very cool. So I think the first step, because I got ahead of myself there, I got excited. Horrible. Is to kind of look at these fantasy characters and decide what we're going to use and how we're going to use it. Now this is going to be kind of difficult on one monitor, but we're going to make it work. We're going to do this. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be fine. Let's bring this over here. And over here, we have a spreadsheet. I know, spreadsheets, blech. But you know what? It's really important to kind of get some of these details down. As you can see, I have a spot for the card name, the cost, the attack, and the defense. So because it's a deck builder game that I want to build, there's going to be a cost of cards, which means I'm going to need to set up like a basic money card, right? So we'll just call that coin for now, for lack of a better term. It has a cost of 0. It has no attack. It has no defense. It's +1 coin, right? So that means you can... Oh my goodness, and it's angry because I did plus. Let's do that. Right? Yeah, okay. So that means that there will be a coin card, and it will allow you to get a coin. You'll start with a couple of them in your deck. Hey, Bloodluster, maybe there'll be some that you can buy. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out later. But let's kind of look at these creatures a bit more. Let's make it bigger. Extra large icons. There we go. Much better. So we have a lot of like creatures. We have some animals. We have some things that look like characters. We have some accessories, right? So there's definitely some pieces that we can put together here. I like the idea of maybe doing a character first approach. So you like acquire an army, right? You then like acquire like assistants or sidekicks for some of your like featured characters, or like maybe these are like the soldiers and there's a lot more of them. And like these characters are kind of like the heroes, and you equip your heroes. Oh, see, like this game's already coming together. So let's rename this guy. He's going to be Hero 1. And we're going to go ahead and add in a column here and do card image. So Hero 1. Wow, if I can spell today. Hero1.png. What are we going to call this guy? I don't know. We'll come back to the name later. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Heroes are probably going to have a higher cost, right? Because you want to limit how many heroes someone has. hey S1 Faka and Host Me Raffle and all the other bots and people that might be coming. So so we have, heroes are going to cost more, and they're going to have higher attack and higher defense, right? So hero one here, this guy, let's say he's got a cost of 5, an attack of 5, and a defense of 5. So let's make him kind of like the base character, right? This is the one that like everyone can afford. We also need to figure out how many of these people that we're going to have in the deck. So let's insert another spot here. In deck number. Right? So we want there to be enough heroes that every player has a couple on their army. So maybe like hero 1, maybe there's going to be like 4 of them or something like that, right? Or a couple anyways. So we got hero 1. Hero 1's not going to have any special abilities. He's going to be like the basic guy. Here we have this guy who, he doesn't really look like a hero in my opinion, so maybe we won't do him as hero. But this guy here, this dog-looking guy, we'll make that one hero 2. And I'm getting a phone call from an unknown number. They can leave a message. So hero 2 is maybe going to cost less and have like, let's see, more attack, or yeah, more attack, less defense, right? So let's do 6 and 4. And so we're going to have like a couple of different classes of heroes, but we want heroes to be pretty much even, right? We want people to kind of be able to structure their army in a way that makes sense for them. Maybe they want to do a heavier attack army, maybe they want to do a heavier defense, maybe they're just grabbing whatever cards they see, right? So, and we can refine this all later, which is really fun. So with this hero, we can do like special abilities that deal with additional cards. So let's just kind of quickly look through this. Because he's like kind of this wolf or dog, it'd be kind of cool if he had kind of people. Oh, what's going on? All right. It'd be kind of cool if he had a special ability related to that fact, right? So let's say, do we have any other kind of hairy guys? I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Yeah, so like look at this guy right here. So if we took hero 2 and gave him an army of these guys, he should have some kind of advantage, right? So let's go ahead and try to do that. So let's call this Minion 2. We'll try to keep the names relatively helpful, right? So Minion 2, for every Minion 2 you have, and we'll have to replace the names later, will increase the hero's attack, right? Because if he can use these like dog-looking creatures and his like ability to smell and stuff like that, and like their ability to work as a pack, right? So we'll call this ability pack, or pack hunting. So for every minion 2, increase attack by 1. So now this hero, if you have a bunch of these minions, will get like pretty darn strong, right? He's already kind of has that strong advantage, and now we're giving him more of that advantage if you have these other minions. So now we got to determine the minion cost. So let's do minion2.png, and we'll have to name these things at some point and tell how much we're going to have in the deck. The cost of a minion is going to be low, right? But also the attack and defense is going to be low. So maybe it's a 1-1, right? So it's not very strong. It doesn't cost a lot, but it boosts this guy here. So that's kind of a cool mechanic, right? You collect hero 2, you collect hero 1, and you get a bunch of these. And I spelled it wrong again. My goodness, I'm sorry, everyone. And you collect Hero 1 and you collect a bunch of these minions, it doesn't necessarily give you that same boost, right? You still get the normal attack and defense value, but because it's a cost of 2, maybe it's not really worth doing. Maybe there's a cost 1/1/1 that you could get. Right? Deck builders. I love them. I love them. All right, so let's go back to Hero 1. It kind of looks like a dwarf, and dwarfs are known for their pipes. So let's do item 1 right here. And these items and these minions don't necessarily just have to affect one hero, but for now we're just kind of keeping it simple, and we'll evolve from there. So item 1.png. Let's call it the runic pipe for now. It's going to cost, let's say 2 as well. And it's not going to have any innate attack or defense, but it is going to have a special ability. So it is going to, I don't know, at the end of a battle, you're like, oh, this felt good. You smoke your pipe, it relaxes you. So let's use like defense as life in a certain way, and let's say it increases Hero 1's defense. And my dog wants to go out, but she can wait for now. Now, we could do the same thing without having it be a special ability. We could have it be a defense 1 and say that you have to equip it on a character. I don't know which one's the best. I think that gives some more versatility. But maybe it works better for Hero 1. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it so that it has a defensive 1, so more people want to pick it up. But let's say that it increases Hero 1, increases Hero 1 by an additional +1. Right? So most people just get a 1 extra defense, or most heroes get a 1 defense from this. But Hero 1 gets a 2 defense from this. Right? So now the Runic Pipe has more use than just for Hero 1. That's cool. Let's see. Ooh, we got a magic one. That should be interesting. Rename. So we'll make this Hero 3. Okay. We're going to make it a cost 5. Let's see. That magic person looks like an attack magic person and not a defense magic person. Right? So let's make it a glass cannon. If we're sticking with kind of this 10 points total, then we have an attack of 8 and a defense of 2. Right? So you can kill this hero pretty easily if you can hit it, but if it hits you first, you're toast. Again, let's not do special abilities for now, and we'll just leave it like that. Now, is there like a magical thing? Like this looks like a magical creature, right? It has like this glow effect on it. Magical tree? Is there like a magical wand? This is a potion, right? So maybe the potion, this looks like it's like a mana potion, but there's no concept of mana in this game. So maybe it increases attack because then the hero can do additional spells. Which makes me wonder if we should do classes, because then we can buff classes differently. That'd be kind of interesting. I don't know. Well, for now, let's make this mana. So we have a mana potion. It's going to cost 1. It's going to provide 1 attack. And it's going to increase Hero 3 attack by an additional +1. Right, so now we have the potion, the mana potion that increases the magician's attack even further. So you definitely don't want to deal with that, right? Ah! But it also increases other people's attack by one. Or does it? Yeah, I don't know. Let's go with that for now. All right, so now we have like 6 cards already that we can kind of, work on. So let's go ahead and jump back into Card Creator. So you can see here on the front of the card, they already have 3 layers, right? On the back, they have 1. On the front, they have 3. We can turn the grid on and off, I think. I don't remember how. Oh, yeah, it worked. The slider was defaulted to on even though it looked like it was off. So we have this card. It's 63.5 by 88.9 millimeters. They have different like card sizes. So you can see like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and Ticket to Ride and Tarot and right, all these different cards. I think the Magic the Gathering size is perfectly fine, and I think that's what this is. Yeah. So this content layer that we have here, well, let's work on the background layer first. We have an image to use. We're going to go ahead and try using that wood image for now. So let's go pull that up. Fantasy deck builder. Card design. Wooden. Card title. Frame wood. Right? Like, look at that. We now have a card with that frame. Now, of course, the content block that we have here is way too big and needs to be split up and dealt with a little differently. So let's go ahead and... It's been a while since I've used this program. I'm sorry. Right. You need to split things up to be able to edit their size. Right, because I have this little tool now here. Can I make it transparent? Because it's really hard to see through. Thank you. All right. Change the alpha value. So now we can do this image. Oh, right. Yeah, let's do this differently because the whole background situation doesn't really work how I want it to. So let's add another layer. We'll call this card design, right? And card design is going to be an image, and that image is then going to be the wood, because that lets us have the content area behind it, right? Let's join those together. And we can kind of, like, one of the things that's kind of frustrating, and I don't know how to resolve it really, is that, yeah, if I lock that, yeah, no. When you're working with the layers, it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes because it does, instead of doing like an onion skin effect for layers above, it just kind of swipes it out of the way so that you can work below. But we need this to be on top of this layer, right? Because this layer is not going to be content. This layer is going to be card image. Breath Edge has posted a new announcement, right? And so let's go ahead and throw one of those card images that we have done in here. Fantasy characters. No, not this folder. Fantasy cards? Yes. All right, so let's take Hero 1. There's Hero 1. Let's kind of move this around a little bit. All right, let's see if we can deal with these borders. margin. Look at that. Look at how good that looks already. That's amazing. Right? So now we're not actually going to do the image here. We're going to clear out that image for now. And the reason for that is, and I'll show you right here, we actually set the image here. Oops. I did that wrong. No. Stop. Remove that card. Add card. Why didn't you remove? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this software's a little bit buggy still. Which is very frustrating. All right, let's reboot. We'll do it live. I don't even know how I did that. I would post it to the developers, but the developers are kind of AFK from doing this right now, which is kind of sad. All right, but we know what we're doing a little bit faster. So this is card image. This is card design. Card design is an image, and that image is the wooden style. Boom. Card image is only an image. And we're going to give it a cut. And we're going to move that cut down a little bit. That's just so that the image scales a little bit nicer. You'll see. Boom. Okay. So that's a basic template. We'll add a new card. We'll edit the card image. So we'll get rid of the card design for a second. Edit the card image. Really kind of kludgy today, I know, I'm sorry. We're going to grab Hero 1. Move them down in position a little bit better. And then we're going to make card design come back. And look at that. We have the start of a card, everyone. And we can have as many of them as we want, right? So we could do our, like, 4 heroes right here. Remove. Looks like there's a bug with removing cards. That's good to know. So let's save right away. All right, done. Okay, so we need to work on the name of the card. We need to work on the cost, the cost, and the attack and the defense. So let's do that. So this will be card text, right? And on this card text layer, we're going to do some subdividing. So we'll cut that and that. We'll cut here and here. And we probably will do this, like the attack and defense, on another layer. Because that way we don't have to, like, if we cut here, we won't be able to do the text here. Well, I guess, no, because then we can't expand the text here, right? Like, because of these corners, the cutting system doesn't really work as effectively here. Let's go ahead and do text. Let's set our margins a bit here so that we can kind of get within the card borders a bit better. Right, and so we knew that we wanted to set this guy to a cost of 5. That font right now looks horrendous. I don't know what a good font is. We know that the color should probably be white, so let's go ahead and do that. All the colors and all the saturation. Right. If we do a line spacing, maybe we can do, I wish there was a color picker tool. because it'd be nice to get an outline that was kind of brownish. And you can see like the spacing of where the 5 is isn't great, but we can kind of adjust that using these little toggles here. All right, so now we have a cost for the card. Now we need a title. And just to kind of make sure it stays in this nice border, we're going to do that. And we're going to do the same kind of thing for the color. Make it white. And I can go back to the font in a second. I think the size is good. What should we call him? What's a good dwarf name? Is there a dwarf name generator? Of course there's a dwarf name generator. I like Grimhead. Razdreg Grimhead. Let's try that. And again, we're editing the blueprint, and we don't necessarily want to do that, right? You can see that there's some sample text there. So when we go ahead and edit the actual card, it'll be a little bit different to play with. Oops. I have so many things open like always. So that'll fit. What font did we use up here? Play? We're going to use Play here as well then. Maybe. Yeah, that's readable, right? And maybe let's bump it up a little bit. What do we think? What do we think? I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to make the default text say character name. We're going to make this default to 5. And we're going to call that good. We're going to come back here and you can see that it already has 5 there. And so we can actually put in his name. Isn't that fun? Good old Razdreg Grimhead. Right, and what's cool is even from this size, you can kind of see the points and the name. And we have this beautiful art that kind of fits the style. And man, does this ever look good already. So we can do like a description for Razdreg once we've set up this section here. How am I going to do that? So I know it's going to be text. I know I'm going to want a little separator on both sides so that I don't go over. I'm worried about if the sample text is longer than here, I should almost make it a second text box. You know? That way I can be certain. Except that I did this wrong. I should have split first so that I would have 2 toggles so that I could drag these in. Yeah. All right, let's try that. It's all little things, right? If I do that, then when I do this, and come on, that, and all these other text areas don't matter. Like, there's no text in them. Usually what I end up doing is, ooh, come on. No, I didn't mean to cut that. Is changing their type to none, right? And so if you do that, then you don't even have to worry about it. They're not even text zones anymore. Why are you asking for material? Stop that. And again, because it's a small area, it's super finicky. Which we'll have to fix at some point. Boo earns, guys, come on. Now this does mean that I could do these boxes right here, right now, which is kind of nice. I don't have to do them later. So let's go ahead and do that. We know his attack is going to be 5, but that looks horrible, so let's make it white. Let's make it bigger. Let's try to fix the positioning of it a little bit. What do we think? Like, up a bit? I don't know. How does that look? Let's find out. It's a little bit too far to the left. So, can I fix that? Sure we can. Wow, let's not keep subdividing game. Come on, or not game, program. Does that look any better? Ish. It's not bad, right? And again, we have to fix the font because it's currently Lato and we want it to be play. And maybe we want it to have the same outline. I don't know. You can kind of futz with alignment here as well. Make it play. Make it say 5. Make it white. Make it 36. Now, one of the things we could do is like add in no. And this is where I get kind of annoyed. The little finagle bits that you have to do to kind of get this to do exactly what you want. All right, let's have a look at that. See, it's too far to the left. How annoying. Still a little bit left and also a little bit lower than the other one. So we need to raise it up a bit. And why did you get tiny? How are we doing now? Hard to tell. Maybe a little bit higher than this one, I'm not sure. One of the things I don't like is that right now these don't tell if it's an attack or a defense, right? So we could actually go back a layer. Move this layer down one. Call this icons, right? Split this off here. Split it off there. Use this as not an image, oops. An icon. Pick an icon of a sword or something. What do we think? What do we think? I was hoping for something less detailed than this, but this looks like an attack icon, doesn't it? And we can change like the primary color here to be, actually let's make it black, but then make it like semi-transparent. What do we think of that? Right, and then we can fuss with the size of it a little bit. And let's see how that looks. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It'd be nice to get this color right there. And I could do that with like Photoshop or whatever and get that color and then do a border in that color, and I think the 5 would stand out nicer. And I probably will end up doing that. Let's see if we can get another icon for the defense though. So go back to the icon layer. And let's see, there's a bunch of shields, right? Or is it just the one? Okay, what do we like? What do we like? Always so hard to decide. The shield that's here, that's weird. Doesn't show up when you type in shield. But this is the one that I want to use. So what do you think of that? And again, typically I like to try to figure out. So this is 165. So let's make the other one 165 as well, right? Because we want the alpha to be the same. And then we play with the size a little bit. And it's a little bit more difficult with this one. Because anything we do here will affect this one as well. Let's see how that looks though. It's still too big. Let's just deal with shrinking them both. Oops. I'm in the wrong thing. Ugh. There's no undo, is there? There is, but it's not my favorite undo. Let's see how that looks. Right, so now you can definitely tell that we have both an attack and a defense. Do I like the way those icons look? Would they be better next to the number or like what? Like I don't know, right? There's a whole bunch of different people that would have different thoughts about that. Maybe we don't even need the background icons. I don't know. Maybe they should be like a dark brown. I don't know. Maybe they should be kind of like looking like they're inset. I don't know how to do that in this. I'd have to actually like go into Photoshop and make icons or images to do that, right? But this is our first card. Razdreg Grimhead. He's a hero with 5 attack, 5 defense, and cost 5. Pretty simple. So now we can add a card, and we can add in. Remove that layer for now, remove that layer for now, because we want to work with this layer. And it doesn't let us select it very well if we do it any other way. This should hopefully be the right layer. Let's go ahead and get Hero 2. And that was the wrong layer. See what I mean? I do all this so that I can select the layer I want. Card text, icons. Oh, that's what I want. I want card image. I'm being silly. Why didn't you guys tell me? Hero 2. Rejigger. Some of the fit modes don't work very well. Right, now we have this card here. What do we call this wolf character? I don't want, like, typically what I would do is I'd go into here and do something like wolf breeds. Types of wolves. And like grab something from here, right? And like try to make a character name out of it. Like, I like this. The Leica. Hmm. Right, we can just do something like that for now. We can give him a description. He's the same cost, and we did the different strength and stuff. So let's go back to our spreadsheet. This is hero 2. We made him a 6-4. So let's go ahead and change those numbers. Right, and again, we can have as many or as few of them as we want. And what's really cool is, let's save real quick. When you export your set, you can see here I have 4 of Razdrag and 4 of Leica. Right, that's kind of cool. And so we would just keep kind of building these out one at a time, kind of figuring out exactly what we want to do for each one. I'd build out the spreadsheet, figure out what I want to do for each one, how many I want in the deck. So right now we've kind of settled on 4 of each, but I think that's too much. Let's do 2 of each hero. Right? Those are going to be like the generals, the leaders of your army. So we don't need a bunch of them in the deck. For a minion, like Minion 2, let's go ahead and add Minion 2 right now, because I think that'll be an interesting card. So let's add card. I need to like turn off all these layers that I don't need. I want card image. I just don't want card text. Okay. Let's grab Minion. Whenever I say that, I think of like the Minions. All right, Minion. Rejigger the positioning a little bit. And boom, isn't that a pretty card already? Right? So with these guys, right, they're going to be 2 cost, 1/1. So let's go ahead and do that. 2 cost, 1/1. The character name. I love that. Adustus. But it's not really striped. Semensis. Let's go with that. That's kind of a cool name. Right, and like we could call this like a blue Semensis or something like that. And then that way we could do other cards, right, just by recoloring the image. We could have like a red Semensis and a green Semensis and stuff like that. And we wanted a bunch of those, right? So let's say like maybe 6, right? And we wanted to have the special ability. Do you remember what the special ability was? I do. It's to boost the stats of our second guy. So we'll grab that text, put it in there. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so horrible. We can fix that. We can fix that. For every increase all right, so we have some text in there, but we got to go edit the blueprint because that text looks horrid, because it's supposed to be white. It's supposed to be like, let's say 18. And let's do open sands and see how that looks. Okay, well that's not white. Why is it not white? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Left align top? No. Left align center? Center? Let's find out. It's a little bit high on the card. We can fix that though. Pack hunting. For every blue Cementis, increase Leica's attack +1. So let's go ahead and adjust that just a little bit so that. Yeah, all right. Still a little high. I'd have to add in another division to be able to change it more. Kind of annoying, but let's not futz with it too much right now. Right, so now if we save that and we go and we want to like export our set, and again, one of the cool things about card creators, you can export as separate images, you can export it as a print and play, you can export it for Tabletop Simulator, and soon it says JSON, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. So let's go ahead and make it landscape, and we can reduce card spacing a little bit so we can get 8 on a sheet. So look at that. Hopefully the dog in the background is not too loud for you guys. But you can see there we have 2 heroes now, and we have 6 blue Cementis, and those blue Cementis provide a boost for Leica. So if you have a Leica, there you go. If you had 2 Leicas on your army, right? Maybe I should have them be like 1. Man, that dog's gonna drive me nuts. Should heroes be unique? It's hard to know. So right now on the other side, the opposite side, we don't have an image. So let's go ahead and fix that if we can. So let's edit back. And this is going to be an image. And, oops, no. That's the wrong spot. We want to be in here, wooden style, back, boom. So now, let's take a look at that. So if we were to export that set now, the cards have backs. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oh, it's so good. I don't really like the icon thing though. I think I have to figure out a solution to that. Usually you'd get these kind of shapes in like a shield and like something else, right? And this would be like a golden coin or something. I don't know. What am I doing here? All right, so let's change these to 1. They're going to be unique, because why not? And we're going to reduce this because there's not going to be as many of those. Yeah, I think that works. So now if we export set, you can see it all fits on 1 page right now. Let's do Razdrag's item. So we decided that right now Razdrag gets the pipe. So let's go ahead and add a card for the pipe. Item 1. Oof, it's kind of big. Can we scale that at all? Better that it's big than too small, right? So now we have a pipe. We can call it a pipe. And again, we can rename all these later. So the runic pipe has stats. Item 1, runic pipe. It has a cost of 2 and it provides a defense. So 2, 0, 1. And we also gave it a special ability. We said, hey, if good old Razdrag has this pipe, grab his first name here because I don't want to try to type it out. So anyone can use this pipe, and they'll get a +1 defense. But if Razdrag uses this pipe, then he gets an additional +1 defense. I don't like where it breaks, so we're going to put a force break in there. Look at that. And again, because there's only one Razdrag, we don't really need multiple runic pipes. A lot of people aren't going to buy them because they're kind of expensive, so that's kind of interesting. So one of the things that we can then do is maybe we make it a 0-2 for 2, and it gives him an additional +1, so it's a 0-3 for him for 2, which provides value, right? Right. And we'll go back to our spreadsheet and make that change right now. So there. Now that provides him value. So look at that. We have 2 heroes. We have a army thing specifically for Leica, but could be used by Razdrag as well. We have runic pipe that could be used by Leica, but actually provides more power to Razdrag. Oops. And if we were to export our set, that's what it looked like on the front, and that's what it looked like on the back. Isn't that awesome? All right, so what's next? So we then decided that we were going to have a third hero, and that third hero had a mana potion. Everyone can use the mana potion again, but it benefits the hero the most. So we'll add another card. Disable the layers that we don't want to edit right now. Add in the image we want. Now, another thing to be aware of with this software that I'm not doing right now, but if you were to use Card Creator, you should definitely do. I really want the whole, that, yeah. Is to resize your images. So the images that I received with this, this Humble Bundle are almost 3 megs a piece. And Card Creator with 3 meg a piece images will choke. And that's so unfortunate. It'll run out of memory, it'll crash, you'll be sad, it gets brutal. But that's just something to be aware of. You should have work in progress images that are a lot smaller than the ones I'm using right now. So Hero 3, she's going to be a 5 cost 8/2, so she's 5 cost, she's going to 8/2, powerful magics. Looks like she's got wings, she's got like a halo type thing, so we want something kind of angelic. We have Angel of Light here. So what is like a cool way of saying light? Akhet. I love it. There you go. You got Akhet, who is light. After Angel of Light, who's in chat. Yeah, that'll be cool. So then let's do the potion. And again, for all those that are just coming in now, check out Humble Bundle. That's where I got these amazing card images for. You can make your own card game using these images because the license allows you to, which is so cool. And these images are just amazing. I'm just going to call that mana. I don't think I had any other word for it. I think I called it like bottle of mana or something. Mana potion. There we go. So we'll call it mana potion. It is a 1 cost 1/0. And again, these are going to be equipable items. So at some point, I'm going to probably want to have equip items like this, have maybe some kind of special banner or something like that to kind of show everyone that they're equipable items rather than just things you can play at any time, right? This mana potion has to be used on a hero or a minion, in my opinion. So I should have like symbols on the cards that differentiate these different kind of levels of character, right? Or like maybe I go back and edit the border of this to be kind of like a brighter gold or a metallic. To do that, I'd have to add in another blueprint potentially, or like manually swap out this background image. Let's show you that right now, actually. So let's get rid of the card text and icons, and let's go to the card design layer. And on that card design layer, let's go ahead and quickly jump down here into card design, into ice style, and grab that. So you can see there we could do that different kind of stylistic approach, but then because it doesn't have that up there, I'd have to go into Photoshop and edit it to have it up there. Then we'd have to make a new blueprint to be able to have these in different locations. But that option exists. We could do that, right? Gray wood. So for things that just have a title and maybe some kind of special ability and not a cost and stuff like that, we could do that. Again, they also did the lava style. Interesting. And I didn't even download all of the different card designs. There's a whole bunch more than what I've downloaded here. So lots of really cool options. Right now we're using that one. Okay. So the mana potion has special rules as well. And that special rule is that it will give the magic user an additional +1 attack, which is just raw power. And let's get the name. Right, so again, anyone can use this, but Aket will get even more attack. And like all the item stuff have to be kind of like for the turn. So like character, like heroes will be able to kind of stay out. Minions and items will rotate for your deck building. Is that right? Is that how I want to do it? Or do I want to kind of have it a little bit like Magic the Gathering, where you like play all of these things? I don't know. But right, so now Leica could use a mana potion and be a 7/4, or Razdrag could use it and be a 6/5. I think yeah, heroes got to stay out until they're eliminated, and so do the minions. But items rotate. You use your minions to attack the enemy's minions, or the enemy themselves, or like the enemy's. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure all this out. But I do know that one of the things I want to make sure I do is that if you don't, let's say I have Razdrag out and he's a 5/5, right? If you don't do 5 damage to me in your turn, or to Razdrag rather, on the next turn when you fight him again, he's back to 5 health. I think that makes the most sense because it keeps it simple. Because you don't want to like manage tokens for each character that you have on the battlefield. Right. But look at this. Okay, we're gonna go and look at what export set looks like now. Right, like you could print this at like a Staples or a Business Depot or whatever, and have them cut it up and like play it that same day. Like that is such a cool feeling. And then you can kind of test it. Like some of the other card games I've created, like I've done like a whole bunch of revisions after kind of play testing them, because you realize really quickly like that doesn't work very well, right? Like we have a situation right now where in a rock paper scissors between these three, right? If Aket attacked Leica or Razdrag, they would be dead, right? And vice versa, she would be dead if they attacked. There's no, like right now, Aket could take on a blue Semensis, but she would die to 2 blue Semensises, right? So I those kinds of things I'd have to kind of figure out the balance of. And then, of course, the effect on the secondary, right? Like, how often is the person with Leica going to be able to have the opportunity to buy a blue Semensis to get that extra attack? Sorry. I don't know. I'd have to playtest to find out. That's what makes it fun and interesting and different. Woof, woof, woof. Dogs in the background. All right, so, I mean, hopefully this gives you a good idea of what you could do with Card Creator and what you could do with this Humble Bundle. If you have the opportunity to pick up this Humble Bundle and you think it would be of some use to you, please pick it up, give it a try, see what you think. Rexhard has made some amazing, amazing art. And the fact that you get the Photoshop file as well to be able to kind of edit and do what you please with, wow, right? You can do some color swapping and do some really amazing things there. So I'm super impressed with this Humble Bundle. For $20 American, tons of value here if you want to make a digital or print card game. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great day.